What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, I just got up from a long nap. You ever take that long nap and you're up and you're refreshed? It was needed. And now I'm about to talk about Terry Rozier, aka Scary Terry. And when you come in, make sure you hit the like button. So Terry Rozier got a max deal. 4 years, $97 million. Literally getting paid more than Lonzo Ball. It's rewarding. But what comes with that contract, like one of the coaches on Twitter once said, it comes with responsibility as well and expectations. Terry Rozier, now with this contract, he has to score 20 plus easily, not against weak teams. Shout out to Quell Davis. Not against teams he can score that many averages against, but he's got to do it consistently. See, last season, and there were some good moments with Terry Rozier. Not only him, but Gordon Hayward, when they play against good teams, it was on and off. Now, credit to Terry, there were some games, like the Brooklyn Nets game, where he would go ballistic. It was a lot better than Gordon Hayward. And you know how Gordon Hayward operated. When they played against great teams, Gordon Hayward would likely defer. It was so bad that I I would get excited when I see the Hornets playing a really good team because I knew LaMelo would get the ball more. That's a fact. But you see people on social media celebrating. It was good to see LaMelo celebrate and give his flowers, quote unquote, to Terry Rozier. People forget this, but LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier are very cool. Very cool. Like they're friends. They sign with Puma. They hang out a lot. So it was good to see that. But I'm going to let you all know Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You guys better pay Miles Bridges. Keep him on this team no matter what. I'm going to say it again. The Hornets organization better find a way to keep Miles Bridges. He's ascending. Right now, he's looking like he could be an almost 20-point per game scorer. We got 20 plus people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. And he's great friends with LaMelo Ball. So LaMelo's contract will be up in a couple years from now. And the last thing the Hornets want to do is to piss him off. What's good with the Jaheim? He said, "What's up, new media family? You know, it's good, man. I was going to do this video earlier, but I was knocked out." Like my grandmother used to say, sometimes you're just knocked out like a scout on a brand new route. And yes, she's Southern, so them Southern sayings. Shout out to the sister, Macrina Daniel. Oh, it's nighttime where you at, huh? So the good thing about Terry Rozier is that there were times where when LaMelo's cooking, then he'll find a way to implement his game with LaMelo. It's not bad at all. Unlike Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham, he just couldn't be a backup for some reason. In his mind, Devontae Graham wanted to be the star. He wanted to be the main guy. You could tell in his play. You could look in his eyes and know that that's what he wanted to do. And that wasn't good for the Hornets. The Hornets need identity. They need a purpose. And they need to make sure that LaMelo Ball is the man. Now, the GM and the coach, Borrego, credit to them, are doing a better job of pretty much preaching that LaMelo is the focal point of this team. It's about the starters to buy in, especially Gordon Hayward. Because Gordon Hayward, in his mind, he thinks it's his team. And if someone could take that horrible contract of his, I'll be happy. But back to Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier, it's go time. No more low expectations. A consistent 20 points per game. An efficient 20 points per game. That's all I ask for. We know that Terry Rozier is clutch. We know that he's athletic. When he wants to, he can play defense. Another weakness of Terry Rozier, oftentimes when he's not scoring to his liking, there are times where he just gives up on the defensive end and doesn't want to guard the best player. I want to see a improved version of that. But it's go time now. The Eastern Conference has improved. A lot of teams are stocking up in talent. And let's be real now. When you're a low market team, what happens? Sometimes you overpay. And there's nothing against Terry Rozier. If you look at the contract, it doesn't affect their, future spending. They could still get Miles Bridges on a good deal. But I'm just saying, I don't get this team sometimes. And this is the next part I'm going to. You just drafted James Bouknight. And you gave Terry Rozier a 4-year deal. Why would you draft Bouknight if you gave Terry Rozier a 4-year deal? You drafted a shooting guard that high. Well, you want him to come off the bench all 4 years from now? That's what confuses me. Like, I understand if you would have gave Terry Rozier a 2-year extension or so, and it's nothing against Terry. Terry, I've given him his respect and what he could do well. You guys know this. But sometimes the Hornets make head-scratching moves that doesn't add up. I'm just saying, you draft another shooting guard in a number 11 pick, that's pretty high. Jaheim says, if the money not right, Rich Paul is not going to allow Miles Bridges to sign an extension. Exactly. They got to give Miles that dough at all costs. Because if they don't retain, I'm saying this now, because a lot of YouTubers are not going to say this. I'm going to say just flat out, I appreciate the Charlotte fans. I got some subs who are from that area, who love this channel, and they respect new media, and they respect the fact that we keep it real. We don't sugarcoat anything. What they have told me is that they're afraid of this organization not doing anything as they can to make LaMelo happy. They see that LaMelo appreciates Charlotte. And LaMelo is one of those kind of kids where no matter where he's at, he's going to make the town he's living in the shit. He's always been that type of person. We got 40-plus people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. We only got 7 likes. Yeah, y'all make sure you hit the like button. Jun says, great deal. Terry is entering his prime. I get that, but why get Bouknight? If you want him to come off the bench for 4 years? That's why I'm questioning. It's nothing really against Terry Rozier. We know he's got talent. We know he could score. And when it's the last seconds in the clock, that's who you give the ball to, Terry Rozier. I've said that on plenty of shows. I just want to know what's their plan. Buda says, I mean, if it need be, they can just trade him. It's not untraceable of a contract if Bouknight is the real deal. Oh yeah, there's a good chance. There's no trade clauses or anything, but if Terry Rozier is not producing at a high level, will anyone touch that contract? Maybe they're banking on Terry Rozier to really ball out this season, no pun intended. And that a team could be enticed to take his contract a year or two. So maybe that's the deal. Hopefully. Again, I'm all about the Hornets building for the future. And it's nothing against Terry Rozier, but I want all the pieces to make sense. SMG said there's nothing close to a max. Well, there's a max and there's a super max. That deal, 97 million in 4 years. That's a lot of dough, bro. That's 20 plus million a year. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, brother. Unless you don't think 20 something million a year is not a lot of dough. It may not be a Steph Curry contract, but that's a lot of money. Devin says, you right, shouldn't have signed Boat if you give Terry money. Vortex says, Rozier definitely earned that contract, I think. I don't think anyone's complaining about him earning the contract. The thing is, if you're going to sign a shooting guard for 4 years, why you get another shooting guard? SMG says a max is 30 million a year. Well, that's close to a max, man. That's not really far off. That's not far off at all. There's always somebody being technical. Somebody get like 26 million, 27 million a year, and they say like, oh, that's not a max. It's all good, brother. But we get what you meant. Quell Davis says, maybe Bo Knight didn't prove himself in summer league team and wanted to see what he'll do first. That could be it right there. All options should be open for the Hornets. That's all I'm asking for. Not too difficult to ask. Beauty says, if Terry continues to average 17 to 20 points per game with some assists and average defense, they can trade him for a center if Book Knight prospers. Yeah, that can happen too. We have 50 plus people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. So if you didn't hear by now, Terry Rozier signed a contract close to a max. Let me correct, close to a max. Because I was a couple mil off. Yeah, I'm happy for the brother. I'm happy when brothers and sisters get dough in any profession they get, man. Like, they're making the sports. They're making the money for these organizations, and they deserve to be paid. June says, should PJ or Miles get the next big contract? Miles Bridges, bar none. LaMelo's best friend, has mental toughness. He's a key proponent for this team. Miles Bridges, he's past the upper room right now. Miles Bridges is in simp land. Like, Miles Bridges is acting like Tyrese right now. What more do you want from me? He's acting like that, brother. he got to see a psychiatrist. He got to see a relationship counselor or something. Because right now, his mind is not into basketball. You can see it, man. This dude posting every single problem. And I get it. Brittany Renner is who she is. She gets around, like the great Tupac once say. She gets around with the underground when she come around. she get around, man. I mean, I feel bad for PJ, didn't I? Don't. I'm going to tell you why. Because you knew this woman was a shark. And he went into that black forest and never came out. He never came out of that, man. He brought along a baby. So PJ, he needs all the help he can get. His mind is on Simp Island, and he needs his father definitely needs to be there. Mother, father, his parents, they definitely need to be there to help him through this. Yeah, Thunder, Rozier did get that dough. Vonnie says, wait, PJ who? PJ is off bad, so bad right now. A lot of fans are forgetting him unless you bring him up. But again, I'm praying for the brother. I hope. Athletic wants that they gave him the max because he's their closer, bucket getter. He'll be the number one option. Yeah, I have no problem with Rozier getting the money. It's just that before he got the money, you just drafted Book Knight. Maybe you could trade that contract later on, a year or two, and they expect Rozier to literally ball out and make some noise this year. Whatever helps the Hornets win, I'm down for. If Rozier's the leading scorer and he's scoring 20-plus points and LaMelo's averaging 21, 8, and 8, and they are a top 5 seed, you won't hear no complaints because it's all about winning. It's all about winning. LaMelo's happy with the signing. He showed mad love to Terry Rozier in a couple social media posts. They're all with Puma. They all work out with each other. The thing is, when Miles Bridges' contract comes aboard, you got to pay him no matter what. You got to pay him whatever he asks for. Like some of the subs said on the comments, Miles Bridges has Rich Paul, and Rich Paul is not taking anything for less. There were a couple of shines a month or two ago that said that Lonzo's going to take about $13 to $14 million a year. I told many of you that Rich Paul is not settling for less. And he's informed Lonzo he's not taking that much. He's not taking less money. The only problem with Lonzo, he just got to speak up, and if he feels like he doesn't want to go somewhere, then say it. That was my only problem with him. But the Bulls should be a great team, at least a top 5 seeded team. Head says, I think since we didn't get Zoe, they should keep Terry. Then if we could get Jello on the train, how you get off the ball? Well, Jello gotta produce this off season, especially in preseason, and we'll see what happens with that. Vortex says Terry Rozier in the clutch this season, 55% field goal, 54.2% three, 89.5% free throws, the best mark by any player with 20 attempts. Yeah, Terry Rozier is, when he's in the clutch, he's something else, man. He's something else in the clutch. That's why I was ticked off at James Borrego for making plays with Devontae Tebe Graham. Remember that stretch where they lost to the Knicks and the other teams? The last seconds, they're drawing plays for Devontae Graham instead of their best clutch player in Terry Rozier. That shit made me irate. That's not smart basketball at all. Vortex says, DJ, you think the Cavs should trade for Cam Reddish? I think a lot of teams should. Cam Reddish is not even, he's not even at his potential yet. That's how much talent he has. Thunder says, Rich Paul is everyone front office worst nightmare. He will get the bag by any means. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Quell Davis, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Terry is super clutch, man. And for JB not to make plays in the second half of the season for him, in the waning minutes, pissed off a lot of folks. I'm telling you that. I'm looking at the message boards, and they say, oh, there goes JB again, giving his little pet project the ball. It all makes sense now. That's why I made videos talking about these teacher pets. No more teacher's pets. It's all about playing the right way and having a role. We know that LaMelo is the overall guard. He makes it happen. We also know that Terry Rozier is the most clutch guard. And if you need a last-minute bucket, you better give him the damn ball. Vortex said they be signing everyone. They signing everything. Not everything, everything. They signing everything. Shoot. Head says, okay, Dame versus Terry in the clutch. Who you got? Man, Terry Rozier's numbers are really good in the clutch. I'll say Dame, and I'm not gonna cap, man. Name recognition helps. So, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard. But if you look at the metrics, it's closer than what people think. Vortex just posted it. Terry Rozier in the clutch. I'm going to read it again. 55.6 field goals, 54.2% from three, 89.5% free throws, which is the best mark by any player with 20 attempts. Any player by 20 attempts. So Terry Rozier clutch numbers are out of this world. And I'm not surprised. And it would have been even better if JB would have given him the damn ball and stopped trying to play favorites. Yeah, I think a lot of us are happy that Terry Rozier got the bag. We're just putting that warning out. Miles Bridges, he's next. He's next. And what do you do with book night? All I'm saying is when book night gets to his talent level and Terry Rozier is doing his thing, then you can trade it to a team that may need him. And you save some cap money because you got to pay LaMelo. LaMelo getting that bag when his contract is up. You already know that. Thunder, that's true. JB saw himself in Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham was JB's pet project because he drafted him in the second round and he somewhat developed him. Even though that year he scored 18 points per game, his field goal percentage wasn't that high. He was just taking a bunch of shots. Charlotte was losing. They weren't going anywhere. Vonnie says we need a year or two for book night. Yeah. So now that I'm seeing everything, and I just hope they have a plan. Y'all know how the Hornets are. Sometimes they're unpredictable. I mean, shoot, I didn't even see Plumlee signing coming on, and now they saying they're done with moves, and Plumlee is a starting center. I need to see more than that. Deacon Max says Hayward may be headed to the Cavaliers. We'll see. I'll be happy. I'm not going to lie. Gordon Hayward, he slows the pace down. He tries to play point forward. It's not a good match. If you're not LaMelo Ball or even Terry Rozier, you don't need to be handling the ball like a point guard all day. That's just what I believe on there. Hedge said Simmons should have been a 4. He played like Jokic, then a point guard, shooting guard. That's a good point. Athletic 1, shout out to Athletic. He says Book Night may be replacing Hayward. Man, if he develops, I would love to see it. If he develops. You know what's cool about doing this live stream right now? It went from the dusk of dawn and the sun is coming down and the colors are changing. This is dope, man. This view is dope. Quell Davis, yeah, I could get with that too. I could get with that, man. You could do a 3-guard lineup and outrun these damn teams. I mean, LaMelo's tall. He got wingspan. Vonnie says Hayward plays Pacers style of ball, slower, less exciting. The Hornets was the most fun team to watch last season. Facts. Vonnie says their coaching is damn unpredictable. Yes, it is. What's good with the Kenneth McKinney, man? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, man, this preseason is going to be very exciting. I'm excited for preseason. That's why I like watching the Hornets. They're probably one of the most fun teams in the league. They're playing more TV games. If you're a Hornets fan, you should be excited. But we'll see what this team will turn into. This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and love to everybody. Have a great day, man. Keep your conscience clear. Love your family, love your neighbor, love the people around you, and just be the best person you can be. That's all I ask for. Be the best human being you could be. And when you head out, make sure to like this video, share the content, share it to all the platforms you know that talks about basketball. That's what helps grow new media. And I'm out.